Alrighty, so I poured out the intake. I didn't really pour out the exhaust port because I don't think there's really any need because it's already like that big. So yeah, there's no real point of porting the exhaust out. Um, the intake, just poured it out the bottom and the sides, about 2 or 3 mil. Uh, Last night I ordered a pocket bike pod air filter for this one, so this crappy thing will come off. Usually I put like a um, pantyhose thing over this, but yeah, it's pretty shit, and I want this to look nice, so I got a nice pod air filter to go on there, and I'll just have to make up a flange, so I'll just get some sheet metal, make a flange there, and then get some tubing and weld that on, and then that'll just go on with a hose clamp, so that'll be easy as. Now all I gotta do is connect up some fuel line, well, I won't connect throttle cable yet, but then I'll give it a test run. I'm also going to, I haven't done it yet because I don't have anything to plug the hole with, but I'm going to remove the decompressor. The decompressor, you probably only just be able to see it, that thing there. Basically, because this is usually on a lawnmower, a lawnmower doesn't really need to run excellent. It's not under a lot of load. It's just spinning a blade. So, whereas on a go-kart, it is. So, for a lawnmower, they make it easy on the person. So they put a decompressor so it's easier to start, just easier to turn over. Basically, when it's on just compression stroke, it sort of lets out a bit of the gases. It's enough to start it, but I mean, once the engines start, it sort of closes. But it's a lot better to remove it. You get a lot more compression because some gases still come out every now and then. So removing it boosts compression a bit. So I'm going to do that. It'll be harder to start, but it'll have a lot more compression. So I'm going to remove that. I've poured it out. I'm going to put a straight pipe on here. So I have to make up. You can see that tube there's really big. So I'm just going to get a hose clamp and clamp on a tube, and I'll have to bend it around, come out here. So I'll use the bender at school and just bend a pipe like that. So that'll look really nice, and I'll probably just do a mount off here or something, or maybe a little mount off there, like a bracing. Otherwise it'll snap there. Anyway, I'm going to put some fuel on here and give it a crank up. As you can hear, I've got it going, and it's freaking loud. So, yeah, I've got the fan going so I don't kill myself, but it's not really working. I just have this muffler around the wrong way so it can go in the vise, so it's leaking. That's basically how loud it's going to be with the straight pipe, so it'll be so unbelievably loud. Yeah, so it's all going now. Got it all back together. Looks nice. I just got to put on the cart and hook up the kill switch. I made my own spring. They're pretty easy to make. All you do is you have to get some slightly thick wire. I'd say this is about 1 mil thick, maybe, or 0.8 or something like that. And just get a screwdriver and then just wrap it around it like a pretty decent length, and then just wrap it around the screwdriver. And yeah, they work pretty well. I haven't bought a spring in a long time. I make my own return springs because I mean, if you use thin gauge wire, they won't work as good. But if you use a slightly thicker gauge, they work pretty damn well. I wouldn't make my own one if it's I wouldn't make my own one if it's, you know, a really, for something, I don't know, like a pedal or something like that. Like these sort of springs I would buy and stuff like that because they're pretty important. But a return spring on a return spring on an engine is good, but it doesn't need to be very heavy. I mean, it's only returning a little throttle. It's not like it's has a lot of force on it or anything. So homemade spring is fine. So I put a new starter recoil on it, just a bit beefier one. This old one was just a plastic one, and the new one is metal. Well, like cast. So yeah, it's just a bit beefier, just withstands a bit more, and yeah, that's about it. As you can see, I spent lots of time. I sanded this back and washed it and then sprayed it, and you know that's been through hell, and it's only got a little bit of paint coming off. Whereas my other engine that I just sprayed randomly with no real prepping comes off quite a lot. Like my go-kart, I didn't really prep that at all, and that comes off pretty easily. So I'm just about killing myself in here. When you're working on engines, it's really good to put them in a vise. Just makes it a lot easier rather than just having it sitting on a bench. You can take stuff off and all that a lot easier. So anyway, I'm going to stop chatting now, but yeah, I'm going to make a straight pipe for this. That'll come on with a hose clamp, and I'll just bend some tubing. As you can see, it's got a lot of power now with that ported out intake. I did port it out before, but not that much, and now it's ported out heaps. So it's going to have a lot of power. Alrighty, cheers, see you later guys.